Right now, as you watch this, something deadly takes shape in the California desert. 40 already exist. 100 more are coming, and when they rise into darkness, no radar will find them until the moment of impact. This is the B-21 Raider. Some call it a bomber. Engineers call it impossible. But to those who would challenge America, it's a nightmare made manifest. Think about that. Nations spend decades building fortress walls of radar, missiles by the thousands, steel bunkers buried deep. Yet one aircraft, born in absolute secrecy, renders it all meaningless. That's not just military power. That's rewriting the rules of war itself. Hidden behind razor wire and clearance levels, this phantom emerges from blueprints older than most of its builders. To the men and women assembling each piece, it represents something sacred. America's promise that when darkness falls, we will not be caught defenseless. The B-21 Raider isn't simply another aircraft. It's the resurrection of American air dominance. But here's what they don't tell you on the evening news. This program isn't about building better bombers. It's about creating a new kind of warfare, where whoever controls invisibility controls everything. Why the urgency? The answer lies in one terrifying moment. During recent strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, America committed nearly every stealth bomber in existence. 7 B-2 Spirits for one mission, others positioned as Pacific decoys. For hours, the world's most powerful air force operated on razor-thin margins. That cannot happen again. Not while China tests hypersonic weapons, not while Russia masses on European borders, not while North Korea treats missile launches like fireworks displays. The numbers tell the story. 63 aging B-1 Lancers remain, most older than their pilots. 19 B-2 Spirits, the youngest built in 1997. 76 B-52 Stratofortresses, Cold War relics kept alive through sheer will and constant upgrades. Some of these aircraft first flew when your grandparents were children. The Raider changes everything. In 2026, defense funding for this program nearly doubled, from $5.8 billion to $10.3 billion. Every dollar targeted, faster production, digital infrastructure, supply chain resilience, workforce training. Not wasteful spending. Methodical preparation for a dangerous century. What makes the Raider different? First, it exists twice. Every physical aircraft has a perfect digital twin living in cyberspace. Engineers test it, break it, rebuild it, before the first rivet gets installed. Certification time, cut in half. Problems solved before they manifest in reality. Second, evolutionary design. Open architecture means future weapons and systems integrate seamlessly. No teardowns, no redesigns. The Raider won't age, it adapts. And the stealth? The B-21 doesn't merely improve on the B-2 Spirit, it transcends it. New radar-absorbing materials, smoother aerodynamic curves, electronic warfare systems that bend electromagnetic physics. Defense analysts call it the most survivable aircraft ever conceived. Translation for enemy planners: the sky belongs to America again. But here's the twist. The Raider does more than drop bombs. Reconnaissance, electronic jamming, battle management, nuclear deterrence, conventional strikes, global range without refueling. It can coordinate entire fleets while remaining completely invisible to those below. Not just a warplane, a conductor orchestrating the invisible symphony of modern warfare. Behind this ghost stands an industrial revolution unlike anything America has attempted since the Manhattan Project. In Palmdale, California, a $2 billion digital factory operates like something from science fiction. Workers don specialized headsets, augmented reality overlaying assembly instructions directly onto components. Robotic systems move with surgical precision. Artificial intelligence manages supply chains across 3 time zones, tracking thousands of parts down to the minute they'll be needed. Here's what makes this revolutionary. Mistakes are caught in virtual space, never reaching the factory floor. Traditional aerospace manufacturing tolerates 2 to 3% defect rates. The Raider's digital factory, less than 0.1%. Each aircraft emerges not just built, but born perfect. The work spreads like a web across America's industrial heartland. Pratt & Whitney engines machined in Connecticut. BAE electronic warfare systems assembled in New Hampshire. Spirit Aerosystems structures forged in Kansas. Collins Aerospace Avionics from Iowa. Hundreds of companies, thousands of suppliers, tens of thousands of workers. An entire nation unified around one mission: building the invisible. And here's the surprise that defied every Pentagon critic. Costs are dropping, not climbing. Traditional military programs see cost overruns of 30 to 50%. The B-21? First 5 production lots already cut unit costs by 28%, saving American taxpayers over $5 billion. Current production targets, 10 aircraft annually, with defense officials quietly pushing for 20. This isn't just efficient manufacturing. This is industrial warfare. America mobilizing its greatest strength, its ability to build things nobody else can imagine. The global implications are staggering, reshaping military planning on every continent. For every adversary war planner burning midnight oil in Moscow, Beijing, or Tehran, the same nightmare scenario plays out. Somewhere overhead, completely undetectable, a raider might be loitering, waiting, watching, ready to strike without warning. That uncertainty paralyzes decision-making before the first bomb ever drops. It forces enemies to spread their defenses thin, protecting everything because they can't protect anything specifically. For American allies, the calculus flips entirely. NATO partners and Pacific allies know American security guarantees aren't backed by diplomatic promises alone, but by the world's most advanced aerospace technology. When tensions rise, they sleep easier, knowing America's invisible fleet patrols the darkness above. The competitive landscape tells its own story. China's much-vaunted H-20 stealth bomber remains trapped in development hell, years behind schedule, and plagued by materials science problems Beijing can't solve. Russia's ambitious PAKDA program drowns in budget shortfalls and technical delays, another victim of economic sanctions and industrial isolation. Meanwhile, America already has 40 Raiders moving through production lines, with initial test flights scheduled within months. The future isn't approaching. It's already taxiing on American runways, preparing for takeoff. This transcends military hardware. It's psychological operations at planetary scale. Adversaries must spend billions defending against threats they cannot see. Allies sleep peacefully, knowing America's shadow watches the night sky. Power projection without firing a single shot. The Raider also represents a fundamental shift in American industrial strategy. This program creates thousands of high-skilled manufacturing jobs that can't be outsourced or automated away. Advanced materials scientists, aerospace engineers specializing in electromagnetic signature reduction, software developers writing code for systems that don't officially exist. These aren't just jobs. They're guardians of America's technological edge. Training programs spanning from community colleges to graduate schools build expertise in technologies that will revolutionize industries far beyond defense. Additive manufacturing techniques developed for radar-absorbing materials find applications in automotive and medical devices. Artificial intelligence systems designed for mission planning get adapted for civilian logistics and supply chain management. Advanced composite materials engineered for stealth aircraft strengthen everything from wind turbines to spacecraft. This knowledge spillover effect, what economists call positive externalities, means every dollar invested in the Raider program generates returns across America's entire high-tech industrial base. It's not just building bombers. It's building American technological supremacy for the next generation. And this represents merely the beginning. The B-21 wasn't designed to operate alone. It's the centerpiece of an integrated battle network that will define 21st century warfare. 6th-generation fighters providing escort and reconnaissance. Autonomous drones extending sensor reach and acting as decoys. Satellite constellations providing real-time intelligence and communication links. Space-based assets coordinating strikes across multiple domains simultaneously. Human crews won't fly these missions alone. They'll be augmented by artificial intelligence systems capable of processing vast streams of sensor data, identifying targets, calculating optimal attack patterns, and coordinating with friendly forces, all while maintaining the aircraft's stealth signature. The pilot becomes a conductor orchestrating an invisible symphony of destruction. But here's what separates the Raider from science fiction. Everything described already exists. The technologies are proven. The systems are tested. The integration is underway. The Raider was deliberately engineered to dominate this emerging battlefield. So what does it all mean? The B-21 Raider represents far more than advanced aerospace engineering or military procurement. It's the cornerstone of American security architecture for the next 50 years. reassurance to allies who depend on American protection, warning to enemies who would test American resolve, living proof that peace through strength remains America's fundamental doctrine. But beyond geopolitics, the Raider embodies something deeper, American innovation at its most audacious. Where other nations see impossibility, America sees opportunity. Where others accept limitations, America rewrites the rules. The B-21 doesn't just represent military superiority, it represents the American spirit itself, the relentless drive to build tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. It means America chose proactive leadership over reactive scrambling, strategic preparation over crisis management, decisive action over diplomatic platitudes. It means one uncompromising message echoes across every hostile capital on Earth, from Moscow to Beijing to Tehran. Freedom is non-negotiable. American interests are protected by more than words. The B-21 Raider isn't steel in circuits. It's American resolve given wings. A promise forged in silence that when uncertainty spreads across the world, America remains ready. So tonight, as desert winds blow across locked hangars and classified factories, a new kind of ghost awakens. A ghost carrying one simple message to every hostile power on this planet. We see you. You will never see us. If this makes you proud to be American, let us know in the comments. And if you want to witness military innovation before the rest of the world catches on, subscribe. Because the Raiders' story has only just begun.